This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, this is Brother Mike. Back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thanks for tuning into the program. Today's Bible study, The Greatness of the Glorious Gospel of Christ. Off the chain great. You'll love our radio program today. Very encouraging. Somewhat of an unusual program. Would you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? Get some encouragement during the holiday season. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. The website, HardcoreChristianity.com, has all of our ministry services. If you give me a call, 602-636-5800, you can give me a call if you need counseling services or private prayer. Please call me today and I'll put you on the schedule. There is no charge for born-again Christians. Remember, we have 3 Zoom services every week. Monday nights for the ladies at 6:30, Wednesday and Saturday nights at 6 o'clock for everybody. First Saturday of every month is our wonderful children's healing service. First Saturday of every month at 10 o'clock in the morning. Please bring your preteens for prayer before the devil steals their mind with social media and cell phones. Please remember my podcast every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Those are my shut-ins. If you know somebody who's a shut-in, please refer them to twitch.tv. All they have to do is put in HCCADC, and we're together on Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. You can send me an email, Mike at HardcoreChristianity.com. I'll give you all the information about the ministry. Please remember to hit the PayPal button and send us another donation. Thanks for keeping us on the air for 21 years. The greatness of the gospel of Christ. Thought I'd do something a little different today and bring you something uplifting since it's the holiday season, and why not? I'm certainly capable of it. James chapter 1, pure religion, undefiled before God, is to do this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their afflictions, and to keep themselves unspotted from the world. Proverbs chapter 28, he that gives to the poor shall not lack, but he that hides his eyes from the poor shall be cursed. Proverbs chapter 14, he that oppresses the poor reproaches God, but he that honors God has mercy on the poor. Proverbs 21, whoever stops his ears to the cry of the poor, he also shall cry someday and will not be heard. Proverbs 29, the righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked don't want to know anything about it. We help the poor at the Arizona Deliverance Center and HardcoreChristianity.com. When you send us in a donation, none of it goes for salaries, including my wife and I. We do not take a salary. We are volunteers in the ministry. When you send somebody, we have free counseling and mental health services for Christians who have no money and no insurance. Those are some of our services we provide to the community here in Maricopa County. Check out New Jersey. In the state of New Jersey, Liquid Church, a mega church with 7 locations. It was started in 2007 by Pastor Tim Lucas. It started out with 20 people meeting in somebody's basement, and it grew to a monstrous megachurch. And they do a lot of great work for people. They also work with another group called Rise Against Hunger. And they have 6,000 volunteers who help the church provide meals to hungry people, people who are poor. It's fantastic. Their church, over the Christmas season, is increasing their donations of food, and they're donating over 1 million free meals to the African nation of Zambia. In Zambia, they already have another ministry over there called Clean Water Cause. This is a church that is fulfilling the Word of God that I just read. And they have Pure Religion there at Liquid Church in New Jersey. Fantastic work. Helping people who cannot help themselves. They're providing all kinds of free meals during the Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday seasons to people that are homeless in the state of New Jersey, and way beyond that, even extending to Africa. We give God praise for their kindness and their generosity and their care for others. Quite amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Your church, I hope, is doing something similar to that. We don't provide food, but we do provide free mental health care and counseling to our communities. Well, let's go to Dallas then and check out the First Presbyterian megachurch in Dallas. Now, you know the Presbyterian denomination, boy, they're in a bad way right now. They're losing members left and right. The church is shrinking nationwide. Unfortunately, the Presbyterians embraced homosexuality, and they're now ordaining homosexuals who are practicing homosexuals to the ministry. So the church is kind of split, and now it's crashing. But in Dallas, the church is booming. They are getting ready to expand their mega church and buy the City Square Opportunity Center. It's over a 50,000 square foot facility, and they're going to move all of their community outreach ministry services to this new building. The ministry that helps the poor and the homeless and the impoverished in the Dallas area is called STUPOT. STEWPOT, the STUPOT ministry. And they provide over 1,000 meals a day at their facility downtown Dallas called The Bridge. They also provide to homeless people, in addition to free food, housing assistance, mental health resources, and health care, if you can believe that. The pastor there is Reverend Amos DeSasa. He's the senior pastor of the church. And he said that the church was founded in 1856. Imagine that. That's a long time ago. They're located in downtown Dallas. And they have all kinds of different ministries at that church to help the community also. They also have a day school. They have Encore Park ministry, where they hold a lot of events. They hold a lot of their eating celebrations at Encore Park. They own the park and the land. They also have the Dallas Foundation that provides all kinds of other services to the poor in the Dallas metropolitan area. And their goal, the pastor said, is to transform the city through ministries of reconciliation, peace, and justice. And they support 12,000 people a year through their resource center and food pantry programs. They also have housing options for the homeless. They work with SNAP. They work with WIC. They work with healthcare facilities. They provide financial assistance and mental health services all over the Dallas area. The ministry started, they call it Stewpot. They started it in 2025. In 2025, they will be celebrating their 50th anniversary of the ministry. 50 years. Can you imagine that? That's a long time to serve a community. What a great job this Presbyterian church has done. They did a horrible job when they brought in homosexual ministers who are practicing homosexuals. Wow, that's unbelievable. How that doesn't trigger somebody to say, hey, this is fornication. Can't believe nobody caught that. That's kind of scary. But their social outreach is absolutely fantastic. They've served 8 million meals over the years since 1975. Can you imagine that? 8 million meals. They've provided housing for thousands of homeless people in the Dallas area. Now that is what the great Apostle James was talking about. Pure religion, undefiled before God, is to visit the fatherless, visit widows, and to keep yourself unspotted from the world. And right here in Proverbs, it specifically says it. You can trust the Word of God on this. If you stop up your ears and you don't hear the cries of the poor and you don't do anything, the day is coming when you yourself are going to cry out and nobody's going to hear you. That's called the law of sowing and reaping found in Galatians. It's a law similar to gravity. You cannot break it. Every man or woman reaps what they sow. Reaping good means you sowed good. Reaping bad means you sowed bad. Everything boomerangs on every human being. It's the law of the spirit world. Whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. Please remember that you're doing yourself a favor. Proverbs 28, he that gives to the poor, they will not lack. But if you hide your eyes from the poor, that brings in a curse. If you need prayer and you need help and you need counseling, you're a veteran, you're having suicide issues, you're eligible for free counseling services at the Arizona Deliverance Center, 602-636-5800. Send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. I'll get you on the counseling schedule. No insurance and no money required. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.